Hi, I'm Olga. I'm originally from Russia, from Moscow, but for the last almost 3 years already I work in INESC TEC in Portugal, in Porto here. At the moment I'm a researcher in the field of energy systems, but my main focus is not engineering, it's more on machine learning and its applications for energy systems. So I had this very interesting opportunity to participate in the OpenInnoTrain program last year in 2024, like this year, in March. But unfortunately, I would like to go for a longer time, but unfortunately, I only could afford with my load to go only for 1 month. And the choice was to go to Zagreb, to KONČAR group. This was a really nice experience because, of course, it's a kind of a test of your adaptability to different environments and different also going out of zone of comfort. That it's not a chance that you have every day, and it's better to test it in such peaceful conditions when you go to a different country for research opportunity. And I enjoyed it a lot. So a bit of story behind. So since I'm a researcher from energy systems sector, I could contribute to clean tech stream. So this one, Zagreb was one of the options to go to KONČAR. And it was a really interesting project that they proposed me to work on, which is dedicated to integration of hydrogen generator to the microgrid, which is not a typical task for me because normally I don't work neither with hydrogen or microgrids. However, even then, though the topic is very far from what I usually do, even there was a space for my skills and for my expertise that I also was happy to see in real life. So we all know that at the moment hydrogen technologies are relatively new, so they're a bit expensive so far. But the same happens one day with the PV solar panels. So I think they have also, as PV solar panels, they have nice future. So in my case, the research was about forecasting the weather for tomorrow, because the microgrid it also includes wind farm, a small, like tiny turbine, and also PV solar panel. And in order to always have some electricity access and have some power generated, we need to plan the load and we need to plan the generators to use in advance. So this is where my skills got used. The project that I was involved in KONČAR was dedicated to integration of hydrogen generator into a microgrid, which is completely new experience for me, as none of my previous projects were dedicated neither to hydrogen generation or to microgrids. So it was an interesting experience, and also it was very cheerful for me to know that my skills and knowledge can be applied to such wide range of tasks. So in this case, what we needed to do is to predict to make a predictive model to see to plan the workload and generation for tomorrow. And for that, of course, any data needs any model needs a normal, good, full data set without blanks. And in this case, we needed some weather data sets. And this is a challenging task, actually, because either you have to pay more for this data, or it is free, but it can be of poor quality, or it is free, but it will be but the data points will be very far away from the actual point of interest. So it was a nice experience, like more of research and technology scouting problem that I was dived in to search for these data sets and to make the use of them. So my task was for this small month that came actually very fast to produce data sets and to search for data sets that will be useful for the microgrid that KONČAR uses. So in the perfect world, we would know the future perfectly, and in that case, we don't lose money, we don't lose resources in order to generate energy from renewables. But unfortunately, it's not always the case. So we need to feed the models with good quality data, so they will predict better. And it's not that an easy task to find this kind of data. So it was, though I was searching for data specifically for KONČAR and for their location, and also making prompts to load this data regularly, and also training a small model, like to test it on this small period of time that I had. I will be able to use the same dataset that I found already, but for different coordinates in my work now, because that is always a very sparse resource, and you always need to search for that specifically. So now I have a very good comparison table that I made myself to find an optimal solution for the future tasks here. Now a few words about new knowledge. So as I mentioned, I didn't participate in any hydrogen-related projects before. So this project allowed me to understand the problem better, and also understand the current challenges in the field, and also the problem of introduction of that in microgrids. But I also had some chance, as I said, to work with microgrids itself, and make it better to supply power without outages. However, during this I also gained new skills, such as technology scouting and merging information, which sometimes is not very easy to get from different commercial solutions. And also identify the best optimal solution for a specific task that industry client has. Because normally when I work in INESC TEC, we use the data that are produced by the client. So there is no such a problem with data search normally in the projects that I was before. So it was a new challenging task and new skills that I got. But apart from that, moving to a new country, to a different environment, and also trying to adapt there, even for a month, it's also a very nice, unique experience. And this small stress that I had there during the move, it forced me to find some new ways to make friends abroad. And it's also, I think, quite important, especially if you stay in one country for a long time. You have already some very fixed circle of people that you talk to. If you move abroad, you also broaden your horizons and learn how to communicate with very different types of people. Learn how to be more, sometimes more specific, sometimes more friendly, sometimes a bit more a better listener. So it's also a very nice experience to get this experiment with yourself. Also, this trip, it inspired me finally to decide to start a PhD in the nearest future, which I was thinking before, but I didn't know exactly what to do. So after this trip, I also got my vision of future and my vision of future PhD topics a bit more sharp. So I think by the end of the year, I will be already a PhD student, thanks to inspiration gained from OpenInnoTrain. So as a conclusion, of course, I would like to thank all the institutions that participate in this amazing opportunity, and also European Commission for funding that. It was amazing. Thank you very much for also INESC TEC that allowed me to participate here, and KONČAR group in Zagreb to kindly accept me for this amazing months of experience. Thank you very much.